Today, we have a special guest, IGS Chief Technology Officer Iain Hall. With over 2 decades of experience in the industry, he brings a wealth of knowledge and a proven track record in technology development and positioning within the oil, energy, and power generation sectors. So, good day to you, Iain. Thank you for joining us.
Good day to you as well, John. Happy to be here.
All right, we'll delve into IGS technological advancements, focusing on efficiency, reliability solutions, growth strategies, and even legacy solutions. So my first question is, I often hear about the IGS Technology Center.
Sure.
How does it contribute to the development of materials to meet industry challenges?
That's a good question, John. The IGS Technology Center has two principal functions, sort of like an internal and an external one. One is our internal development of materials to meet just general challenges that we see around the industry. But perhaps the more important part is the way that we use it to interface with our customers.
Yeah.
And we do that by replicating their process conditions in the tech center. And we engage with them very closely on that. They will ship us their media or information about their process. We replicate that, or we write reports and we share the work that's done. And through that process, they get confidence that the technology and the materials and the solutions that we're developing are going to be able to deliver the performance that they need in the field.
Can you provide examples of how the Technology Center's work has translated into reliable solutions?
There are lots of examples of how we've done that reliably in previous pieces of equipment. So it's a combination of drawing on our deep experience, but then also, particularly as we look at tweaks and changes going forward, our ability to model those and predict how materials are going to perform is just critical. And we couldn't do that without the Technology Center.
Okay, so the Technology Center is a significant part of what IGS does, which leads me to my next question. I know IGS has a lot of in-house technology, so how is its intellectual property defined?
IGS's intellectual property is not just defined by the hundreds of patents and trademarks that we have. It's really defined by the know-how that we have in the business, the trade secrets, our ability to be able to develop unique solutions and answers to the problems and concerns our customers have. It's also our ability to be able to understand their process conditions and challenges, replicate those, and to be able to deliver a solution to them in a way that they feel comfortable adopting it into their maintenance strategies.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Iain. My next question is, how does IGS technology address the most significant issues faced by plants?
Our customers' biggest challenges are around reliability. How am I going to be able to operate my piece of equipment or my process or my business in a way that is going to meet my needs? And those needs are driven by commercial needs, obviously, but increasingly we need to improve efficiency of our customers' equipment. We need to make sure that it operates reliably, so it has integrity. It's not going to break or cause a shutdown that would interrupt their process. And a lot of our work goes into how we can reduce their total fuel consumption.
Okay.
So there are a number of ways in which our technology interfaces, but they're all around ensuring that there are reliable means of meeting those metrics.
Okay, what steps does IGS take to understand and address asset integrity problems?
Okay. When a customer comes to IGS with a unique asset integrity problem, they understand that at IGS, we're not just going to be pulling something off a catalog and prescribing for them. We're going to be extending a good amount of time understanding what that concern is, looking at inspection records, trying to understand their process conditions, drawing on our knowledge depth, if necessary, doing some additional work to try and replicate that condition, demonstrate that we understand their problem, that we can replicate the problem, that we can prove out the performance of materials that are going to solve that issue, and then put the package together, which is the delivery of that technology, which is a challenge in itself. So IGS is very uniquely positioned not just to understand, but to develop the technology, and then finally to be able to deliver it.
One of the most significant technological solutions offered by IGS is HVTS. Could you provide more information about it?
HVTS is high velocity thermal spray technology. Now, that's an acronym that is widely used to describe the technology that we deploy in the field. But to be more accurate, it's a composition of a number of technologies. And those technologies are not just the metallic materials, but the inorganic materials, the ceramic materials or organic materials, a compilation of composite, proprietary design materials that are going to meet a specific need. And that need is to address efficiency or reliability, life extension, corrosion, erosion, or any of the damage or degradation mechanisms that our customers face in operating their equipment.
So Iain, with all this innovation from IGS, how has the IGS brand's presence in the industry changed?
The IGS brand has become really predominant in the industry. And the way in which I've personally seen that is that before we had a lot of relationships at a plant level with people throughout the US, but in our European sector and around the world.
Okay.
But they were mainly plant level contacts. But as we've become more predominant in our solution offering across the industry, we've seen that we've been able to engage more and more with higher level people within organizations. So at the technology centers for the big multinationals, we have great high level relationships there now. And over the last 5 to 6 years, I think we've become a lot more engaged in industry forums. So places where there are grouping and meeting of the minds of these senior technology people, and IGS is often at those tables. So the IGS brand is now seen at levels that are not just at the plant level, but they're seen at the corporate technology center level, and they're seen in broad industry forums. So there are 3 places where the IGS brand really triangulates well to underpin the value that the company brings.
With all this growth, could you provide more insight into IGS success in replacing legacy maintenance?
Another great question, John.
Thank you.
We understand that our customers have always had problems operating equipment. That's the nature of the beast. There are existing equipment problems that have been addressed with legacy technologies. Some of those are weld overlay or organic coatings. So HVTS technology that we deploy has shown significant advances in terms of being able to provide increased performance, outperform those systems. It can be less expensive. It can be applied more reliably and more quickly. So there are lots of ways in which HVTS has displaced other technologies. But I think looking forward, it's also being seen as a new embedded technology for a lot of people in their maintenance plans as well. So we're no longer just in the business of displacing prior maintenance technologies, but we're considered more and more an essential part of maintenance integrity programs from the ground up.
And finally, Iain, from your perspective, what sets IGS solutions apart?
Sure.
In terms of reliability and efficiency?
As we look at a customer solution, we've got a lot of experience that we can draw from. So 30 plus years of experience in a wide range of industries is an invaluable database that we can look to. We realize that every customer is unique and they've got unique conditions. They've got small process changes and tweaks. So while a lot of our previous history is replicable, we don't need to do too much to be able to provide a good solution for them. There are areas where we need to look at small changes in our product or even radically new products that we need to bring to the market to address their needs. And as we do that, we slowly introduce new products which are then standardized, and we can replicate those across the industry to other customers or other areas where there are similar problems. So the technology center does a lot of work in the spearheading of this, but a lot of the focus on that is standardization of technology so that we don't have to keep on being stuck in the creation business.
Thank you so much, Iain. And that wraps up today's episode. There are many more topics we'd like to cover, but we understand you're quite busy and we'd love to have you back again. Thanks for sharing everything with our listeners today.
Thanks, John. It's been fantastic chatting with you today. If I may share with our listeners, IGS has hundreds of case studies available online. You can find them on our website where you'll be able to read about and see the projects we've undertaken, along with feedback from the plant engineers we've worked with. So, thank you again.
As Iain mentioned, you can visit our website, www.integratedglobal.com, for more content. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast as we release new episodes each week. I'm your host, John, and we'll see you next time on the Efficiency and Reliability Podcast.